Hey everyone, welcome to our Start Strong call. We are so excited to have you here, and you have made an incredible decision by investing your time into this call. It's going to be just a great opportunity to start or restart and learn a little bit about what this is all about. So make sure to grab a pen and some paper to take some notes and follow along. My name is Kristen Hilmer, and I am a National Marketing Director with the Juice Plus Company. So you are in the presence of a lot of other amazing leaders running this call, and all of us National Marketing Directors, which is the top position in the company, we are here representing different teams, which I think is so cool. It really shows the culture of what we are as a community. I have never been a part of any company where people who are not financially connected to one another come together to share resources, sharpen each other, and help each other's teams grow. So it really is an amazing picture of what our culture represents. And we have a huge heart for everyone who starts in this business to be able to see that you have something amazing in your hands, even if you haven't realized it yet. So the beautiful thing is that everyone who starts in this business is a business owner. And so you get to choose what you want out of this. And that could be something like, I want to offset my costs, or I want to go all the way. And if you're anything like me or AJ, who will be our other host sharing this evening, that's going to morph and change just like we have on this journey. So no matter where you are on the spectrum of your own personal goals or trying to figure them out, this is a true and legitimate business, and it has a ton of potential with it. So you get to choose what you want to put in and take from this opportunity. And then your sponsor gets to guide you. So we guide you, but we do not create your goals for you. That'll be something that you get to develop and create along the way. And the reality is that this business is 80% mindset, 20% skill set. So our focus on this call really is primarily that 80% mindset piece. It's a huge part of what affects your success on this journey, no matter what your goal is. So we're going to address it by sharing 3 success ingredients inside of our business. But before we jump into that, let's briefly just touch on that 20% skill set. So one of the number one tools when you're first getting started is the startup inside of thefreedomrevolution.com. So make sure you write that down, thefreedomrevolution.com. There is an actual getting started link on that website that has a whole video library to help you walk through the basics in our business. So you can go at your own pace and watch those 10 videos on the website at your own convenience. So they total about an hour. They're about 2 to 7 minutes in length each. And then you do the exercises that go along with them. So you'll complete that, and then you'll meet back up with your sponsor prepared for the next step. So this is a really simple tool that can work for anyone, no matter what walk of life you're from. And so quickly about me, when I started this business, I really did it to get my $100 bonus check, and that was as far as I was going to take it. But then I got to a conference, and I started doing some serious work around my self-worth and personal change, really focusing on my mindset. And once I saw some other people who were similar to me, I decided to jump in. I got excited about moving forward. At first, I was just kind of doing it part-time. And then because I saw what it was creating in other average people like myself, I was able to reach that top position in the company in just over 2 years. So, it's really been, it has been a total journey of building a strong mindset with these 3 elements that we're going to be sharing with you that enabled me to visualize and experience true growth in my business and helping others. Prior to that, I was playing pretty small and diminishing my potential. And so I want you to know, if you've been doing that in any category of your life, or you're here to restart your business, you're not alone. I want you to know that myself and AJ, we've had our own obstacles and doubts along the way. So you're in great company by showing up and just being here. So let's dive into these 3 elements of success. And the first one is desire. So write that down. And we really speak of desire in 2 chapters. So the first one is self. This is putting your own oxygen mask on first, determining your hunger and that fire in your belly. Why is this mission something that you want to be a part of? What is it in you that just lights you up? This is a core part of you being successful, and that's not something that we can give you. That's going to come from you and become part of your story. So, to the best of your ability, we want to encourage you to think about a dollar amount that you want to be making in the next 6 months. That was really hard for me to do in the beginning. But once I realized that my paycheck was a direct reflection of the amount of people that I was helping, it became a lot easier and a lot more exciting and rewarding. And we want people to make things as concrete as possible, and a dollar figure really helps do that. A dollar figure piece will always connect back to your own self-worth. What do you believe you're financially worth? That is a huge factor that determines how far we go in this business. And you can continue to expand that, expand what you believe that you're worth financially, because this business can really support any goal. So keep in mind, this is huge. Money is simply a transfer of energy. It's going to make you more of who you already are. And I have a feeling that most of you on here already have a pretty beautiful and giving heart. So the beautiful thing in a company like this is that we attract servant-hearted people that really, most people say, oh, it's not about the money, it's about the people. And we know that it's about the people. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be here. So rather than thinking that money doesn't matter, consider that even if you don't feel like you need it, other people do. It could look like you investing in others or you building an income to teach other people to do the same. It's a really noble part of this mission that we're on, and we can be proud of that. It's absolutely changed my life in so many ways, and changed hundreds of others that have been a part of this call. So I don't share this to impress you, but to impress upon you what's possible. And I truly believe that if I can do this, so can any of you. So chapter 2 in Desire is helping others. So what is your personal pain? What is your struggle? Maybe write that down. So that can give you clues as to what your desire and hunger are. It's also going to help you connect with others that share a similar pain. And those will be the primary people you're going to want to be connecting with because they will resonate with you. People buy from those that they like, know, and trust. So when they can resonate with somebody, you're building that relationship and building that trust. And then they will buy you and your why, which is the reason it's so critical to get clear on that pain that this mission is relieving. Even if you're new to this and you don't feel like you have a big why or a burning desire, you're on this call for a reason. And you have a sponsor's story or you've heard another story that you really connected to and can share in the meantime. So you can help show other people the track record of what can happen in our business while you're building your own story. So really, my story goes, I was a gal running my own practice as a body worker inside of a sports medicine clinic. And I was in a lot of pain physically from the inflammation in my joints. And although I was already my own boss and I thought I had it made in that department, my clients totally dictated my schedule. I was always tied up evenings and weekends and holidays. I hadn't been home for Christmas in 7 years. And I was trading dollars for hours, which means when I wasn't working, I wasn't getting paid. And so I just kept working. And I became attracted to this because I saw the science on how it could help my body. I experienced my own health journey with my joints, my muscle recovery, my immunity. I had spent a decade spinning eating disorders and anxiety and depression. But once I started using the program inside of Juice Plus, my body now looks and feels better in my 30s, and it's easier to maintain than when I was 20. I am no longer on medications to help with anxiety and depression, and not every day is perfect, obviously. But real food through Juice Plus has helped me heal on so many levels. So this allowed me to see how profound the product was, open my mind to the business side. I saw people truly owning their own lives while helping others, which was why I opened my own practice in the first place. I shared my business story in brief a little bit earlier. But once I took the things that we're covering today and put them consistently into practice, I reached that top position in just over 2 years. So success ingredient number 2 is consistency. How many people have you seen inside of a business like this show up consistently and really stick with it? Not that many, right? If you're clear about this, something that you want to step into, then be all in. Whatever that looks like for you. People are watching your journey. And that does not mean you have to be full-time. Most people do this as a side gig. So stick with these 5 steps that I'm going to cover, and you'll have people reach out to you in the community or online that you thought were ignoring you or not following you on social media. Consistency is going to be one of the number one things that speaks volumes to people watching your journey as the months and years go by, because it communicates that you really are committed to this. So we are specifically talking about consistency in 5 high-paying activities, and I'm going to cover them briefly, and AJ will go over them a bit more thoroughly later on. So first one, underneath consistency, is social media. Living your life on social media does not mean you are posting about Juice Plus and asking people to join your business and treating it like a billboard. Instead, you share your life and you create curiosity and create credibility. You never tell the full story with your posts. You want people to wonder. Create the trailer to the movie. For instance, consider how intriguing it would be to share your healthy lifestyle without posting a website or mentioning the words Juice Plus, getting people to ask you because they're intrigued. Many top leaders, including AJ and I, follow and model this. The second piece is conversation and relationship building. Create friendships and love on people like you like it is your job, because it is. We genuinely are interested in people's lives. It isn't prospecting. People can sense when we're hunting. This is about getting to know people and, quite frankly, just being human. We are meant for relationships, and just being present while out and about can purely create friendships. So your action step would be to challenge yourself to be 5% more interested in the people around you this week. Ingredient number 3, their events. So really there are 2 parts to events, and I'm going to cover the first part that you'll want to grow and be a part of. And AJ will cover another part later. But a few events that I want to bring up now that you're a business owner are what we call the big rocks. So we have to put the big rocks in our jars before the small rocks, otherwise they won't fit, right? So you'll want to place our 2 Juice Plus live leadership conferences, as well as boot camps or summits on your calendar each year. This is what I've been encouraged to do from the beginning, and I wouldn't be anywhere close to where I am without them. This community is always so uplifting and fun and positive. You will benefit in many, many ways by prioritizing those. So everyone who gains success in this business regularly attends conference, and it has the potential of moving your business forward an entire year. So those are huge events that really help people get a vision for what this is all about. So grab your calendar, and I'm going to mention some of these upcoming dates. And the other core piece of events are weekly team calls. So you will each have your own team calls from your upline every week. And you'll find out when those are if you haven't already. And you'll want to make sure that you're showing up to them weekly. This helps keep you close to the fire. If a coal stays close to a fire, it's warm. The further it gets, it loses its heat and ultimately its purpose. And so the closer you stay to the fire, the more you'll be able to share with passion and heart and remember why you're doing this. These calls will help you feel renewed and ready, no matter how cold, your feet might be feeling. It just helps people become more effective and efficient while they're growing. So your action step to write on your calendar these dates for the leadership calls or for the leadership conferences this year are Sacramento, April 11th through 13th. So April 11th through 13th in Sacramento. And then our fall conference is October 17th through 19th in Austin. So also calendar your weekly team calls in so that you can constantly and consistently participate in that. And the reality is that life is going to happen. Every single one of us has had massive life things happen to us that we've had to work through on this journey. And we're going to continue to do that because every person will. That's just a reality of life. But when those things happen, lean into this community. No matter what, regardless of how unworthy we might feel, it's so important to stay close to the fire. And Jamie Kenzie once shared, sometimes you show up because you need the energy and love, and sometimes you're there to give the energy and love. And I have been on both sides of this so many times. So whatever it is, just show up. And the fourth piece underneath of consistency is follow up. So after we reach out and invite people to take a look at our product, our mission, or both, we follow up. Follow up is an act of love. Write that down. It is being professional and an integral part of what we do. Most people need 5 to 8 exposures before they sign up. If I think about myself, usually someone has had to remind me once or twice and bring it up again before I act on something, right? We're busy people. So remember, people buy from those that they like, know, and trust. So following up with them and helping love on them, it helps bring them clarity, and you support them, and that's you're meeting them where they're at. So follow up is something that you're going to learn, and it's a skill set that you'll want to cultivate and be excited about. And then the fifth and final piece underneath of consistency is loving on your customers. In the first couple weeks, you'll want to focus on sharing your story and excitement, or leveraging someone else's, and inviting people to learn about what you have by using that website that I referenced earlier, thefreedomrevolution.com. When you get those customers, you're going to want to take good care of them. Walk alongside of them, because you're on this journey with them. And a lot of times those happy customers, they can become interested in this and start viewing it as how could they offset their costs, or create some leverage for their future. How could this mission benefit them? And so they can be making an impact as well. So we want to make sure to ensure that they have a great experience. So those are a few things that I'm going to share before I turn it over to AJ here to share our last success ingredient and some really awesome numbers to show them the money. So over to you, girl.
Thank you, Kristen. Yes, I'm AJ Majors. I am a national marketing director in Lawrence, Kansas. My husband is part of the women's basketball program at KU, and together we have a almost 8-year-old little boy, Mason. So I'm going to talk about that third success ingredient of being coachable. This is really hard for people sometimes when they come into this business, because maybe they've had some success in corporate America, or maybe they've been with another network marketing company. And so coming into this is a little bit different. But I got to be honest with y'all, this is like nothing you've ever done before. So coming into this with an open mind and an open heart is going to be amazing for your future. Because if you treat it like a business, you're going to get paid like a business, right? That's a good mantra to live by, right? And this is a tried and proven system. People before you, like Kristen and myself and the other people who are going to be running these calls, they have had success. Why? Because of systems. Systems create wealth, and plugging people into a call like this that really casts vision, that is all part of that system for sure. So I'm going to talk a little bit about some other things here. We're going to get into our blueprint, if you will. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen really quick. Just a second. Go ahead and come right here and present. All right. Make sure this comes up. All right. So our first thing there that you can see is something that Kristen was already kind of speaking to with relationships. You guys, this is everything. This is a very relational business. I like to kind of use the analogy that you got to kind of date your prospects a little bit. You can't just jump into bed with them right away. You need to build that relationship so you can connect with them and then find that opportunity to talk to them about Juice Plus. Can you bring it up right away? Absolutely. Please don't wait if you feel like that's the opportunity that you need to do. But do understand relational, one-on-one, face-to-face, it's really important. So relationships are everything in this business. Curiosity, like Kristen was saying, be the trailer, not the movie. We need you to shut the Juice Plus up. Now, we're not at all ashamed of Juice Plus. Please understand that. But we want to look at this as like a big open funnel, if you will, of prospects coming in. But as you name your product or your company, that funnel gets a little bit smaller and smaller. And it's hard for people to come into that, because guess what they're going to do? They're going to Google Juice Plus and they're going to find something good, bad, and different, some blogger, right? That's not what we want them to do. Their own independent research. No, we want to have that opportunity to educate them. So create that curiosity and decrease the objections, right? And then it's just easy into a conversation, right? It's just a conversation, whether it's through text message or a phone call. There's a lot of different platforms now to connect with people. Conversations are the next step. Events. Events can be anything. It could be an online event such as this through Zoom. You can be launching your brand new business. You can be sending a link. You can be meeting one-on-one for a coffee date. You can go to a play date. Whatever your jam is, that's what you really need to understand. An event is anything. It could be a non-Juice Plus event. We do those a lot. So contact your sponsor because they've got some great ideas for you. Now, following up, like Kristen said, that is an act of love. That is being professional. Okay, this is not a one and done. We don't message somebody and then not follow up. That's not being professional at all. So following up is key in this business, and multiple exposures is what it's going to take. I did not say yes the very first time I heard about this, and that is something we need you to keep in mind. Now, the connection piece. This is when you get to rely on your sponsor, somebody who's been doing this longer in the business than you. It's that third-party validation. One of my most favorite things to ask when I get somebody on a connection call with my downline is, hey, how did we get to this call? And I'll use Kristen as an example. She will say, well, I saw that, my friend Allie had posted something and I got curious. I sent her a message and say, hey, Allie, what are you up to? What is this? She sent me a link and we set up this call and here I am. We want to show the simplicity of this business. Now, it might not get to a connection call. It might be something different. It might be in person. It might look differently. Please don't get attached to that specifically, but understand when you have that third-party validation, it is huge. Okay, so I'm going to stop my screen share here. One thing I do want to say is the more you know, the slower you go. We want you having lots of conversations, talking to people, doing events, and really knowing your story. If you don't have a story, understand you can use your uplines as leverage for right now. But the basics of a story is what was your pain, what was your solution, and what are you excited about? Those are the 3 ingredients for a great story, okay? So you can also have that information under the Freedom Revolution. All right. So if I could have a crystal ball and I could look into each of your minds, I can see what you're thinking right now. Gosh, if we could all have that, it would be amazing. So the first thing is will this meet my desire? Will this take away my pain? Excuse my dogs, my husband's home. And yes, this is definitely the platform where you can find a solution for your pain. If you're a mom who works a lot and you want to cut back your hours to be home with your babies, that's a solution, and that's what we're offering here. Okay, is there money to be made in this business? And guys, we're going to talk about numbers. Numbers are exciting, and again, money is just a magnifier. It says you're a good person, we're going to make you even a better person. You want to make a lot of money and give a lot away? That's what we're about in the Juice Plus business, and I know that's why you're part of our community for sure. And are you going to have help as a brand new distributor? You guys, starting off with this call, this is just setting the vision, right? I don't even know most of you guys. You're not even in my organization, but I take my time to pour into you guys. You guys, this is like no community I've ever been a part of. You're going to have so much support. It's going to be amazing, okay? And then the last part, and this is really, really, really important, is can I do this? The first time I went to my first conference, which was a long time ago, almost 9 years ago, I saw women and men up on stages and NMDs, and I was like, you know what? If they can do it, so can I. It's really between the ears, and I'm not the same person I was when I started this business. Definitely not. And we also want you to know that your success in this business is absolutely your own. And if for some reason you're not having success, that's a gut check time where you need to get into the mirror and you need to say, what's going on, okay? You need to look at yourself because, again, it's a tried and proven system. It does work. So you need to lean into your upline and ask for help for sure, because we are here to help. We want you to be plugging into calls. We want you to be, attending boot camps. And if you raise your hand, we are going to help you. But you must stay plugged in to have that information. And really, want you to know that desire is not something that we can teach. That's totally on you. But if you have desire and you're consistent and you're showing up and you're coachable, guys, those are the success ingredients that are going to make you into whatever you want to be in this business. We don't set your goals for you. We just let it, like, lay it all out for you to know that it's there for you. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen one more time here. All right. And okay, so let's talk some dollars here, because I love to talk about money. Show me the money. All right, you are there in the little yellow, if you will. And that's basically 15 to 20 people who are doing, you know, the quad and maybe one shake a day, sort of like our premium gold standard package, if you will. So that's really important to know, because even with that, that's about 1,000 points that's being generated every month. I know that might be really new to some of you guys, but that's what we call a qualified business. And that's a really pivotal position in our company. All right, having a qualified business means that you're affecting lives, lots of lives, a whole village, if you will. And then we're talking about duplication here. So the A, B, and C, those are the 3 reps that have said yes to your mission. They want to follow you. You're doing something exciting. And they've done exactly what you've done. They've helped 15 to 20 families get on Juice Plus, and now that's what we call 3 Club. And that is about $1,000 a month, you guys. I don't know about y'all, but if I put $1,000 into your bank account right now, what would you do with that? Get dreaming again. An extra $1,000, that's a really nice car payment. That's pretty much a mortgage. And that is really great travel spending money, okay? That's creating options, like I like to say. And annually, that's an extra $12,000 for a family. Did you know just an extra $500 keeps people out of foreclosure and keeps people from not divorcing? That's a huge deal. Okay, next slide is, now we've got some more duplication happening. A and B decide, you know what, we're going to do exactly what we just did and become qualified businesses. Now it's dropping 3. So we've got 1, 2, and 3 under A, and then 1, 2, and 3 under B. And this is what we call an 8 Club. And the average earnings per month is $2,500 or $30,000 for the year. $30,000, that's actually more than my very first job out of college. That's a full-time career salary, especially for teachers. I like to point that out because teachers are well underpaid. So this might be an awesome gift to hand to them. All right, so now that third person has decided they want to duplicate as well. And that's what we call 12 Club. Not only are you having an average of $3,300 a month and $40,000 annually, but now you've got an invitation to our awesome Eltons, which is a cool party everybody wants to go to. Get with your sponsor, because they're going to get excited to tell you about that. And I'll go to the next one. Okay, so this is National Marketing Director. We like to show sort of the structure for that. Now, you don't need to know like 100,000 people to become a National Marketing Director. Not at all. You need to know 5 people who want to turn around and duplicate what you've already been doing. That's it. That's all you want to do. And that's an average of about $4,000 to $6,000 a month, or annually $60,000. Now, that's on the low end. Average National Marketing Directors make about $120,000. That's a really nice, paycheck. That's awesome. Husbands, partners, everybody starts to pay attention when you're doing that, right? Also tied to this is full medical benefits, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and stop my screen share right here, and then just kind of follow up with a couple of things. Okay, so I want you to rate yourself. So I know we've got our pens and paper out, and this is something I want you to take back to your sponsor. This is your homework, if you will. I want you to rate yourselves in these 4 areas. Okay, so 1 being like, I need so much help, or 10, like, I've got this, like rock solid, okay? So I want you to rate yourself on the Juice Plus products. What do you think about our products? I'm a solid 10. You know, my family's been eating Juice Plus for 9 years. I'm so excited to say that. And, you know, my son thinks kale is candy. You can't say, we have amazing health. Like, I am rock solid on Juice Plus. Everybody means this, boom to tune. For sure. Our company is amazing. But if you haven't been to a Juice Plus Live, you haven't gotten to feel that yet. But when you get there, you definitely will. Some people like to look at this as an extra strategy, like I did. I was sick of my 9-to-5 job, and I was ready to be home with my son. That really made sense for us. And That's why I went all in for this. So what is going to be your reason for showing up every day? For sure. And so our industry, this is something that once we decided to be network marketing professionals within my team, and I recommend this book by Eric Worre, Go Pro. This is amazing. This is basically our Bible for our industry. That's when we really decided to go all in as a team, for sure. And then self. This is something that I think people have a hard time with. Can I do this? It goes back to that same question. Now, between the ears is what we're going to be fighting every day. I love to dig into affirmations. I'm part of a really unique community who really builds everybody up, very positive, even outside of Juice Plus. Personal development is something I really, really love. And I definitely encourage you to fill your brain up with positivity. So those are the things that I wanted to cover tonight. And I'm going to throw this back to Kristen so she can walk you through one more thing.
All right. So time for a recap. We'll be real quick here. And so our 3 main elements of success are desire, the 5 pieces of consistency, as well as coachability and using that funnel that AJ went through. And AJ, can you pull up the 3 Club one more time, just because that really helps people get a solid visual of what this is. So this income potential, what does it look like to make $1,000 a month? And if that goal really resonated with you, like it does a lot of people, we just want to really imprint this picture, because having a clear picture makes it easier to move towards and work with your unconscious mind. So first of all, you would have, like AJ was saying, that 15 to 20 gold standard customers. So you yourself as the yellow circle would have 15 to 20 gold standard customers, which means it's the quad and 1 shake every day, because we know when we're putting all of the nutrients into our body, we're going to have an even greater health experience. And then you teach 3 people on your team to do that exact same thing. So each of those blue circles are 15 to 20 gold standard packages. Okay? Super exciting to become a 3 Club. And you know, from an activity level, what does that look like on a day-to-day basis? We would like to see people reaching out to 4 people a day, 5 days a week, intentionally inviting them to learn about our mission or our product, inviting them to recorded calls that we've done. You do not have to do this alone. That is where we learn what to say and how to say it inside of that book that AJ held up, as well as the website I mentioned earlier, thefreedomrevolution.com. So you have a support system, you have guidance, and it really, when people are coachable and they follow the system, it really does work. In this business, it does not happen overnight. So I think it's really important to think about having a farmer's mentality, to know that if you're planting the seed and doing the activity consistently, you know, being coachable and following the funnel, you will reap the harvest of what you're putting forth. And that's what we've got. So thanks again for being on, and know that we are here every Monday. I encourage you to mark down on your calendar a Monday next month to come back and revisit this call. You know, what are you doing well? And what areas maybe you did I forget about and need some refocus? So thank you all so much for being on, and we're excited to see you and your new team members soon. So have a wonderful rest of your Monday.